Today's video is brought to you by the absolutely epic fucking beard. Because your masculinity matters. So, last night I released my live reaction to the Conor McGregor-Jose Aldo fight and knockout, and it was fucking insane, and I was crapping my pants, and it was awesome. But I'm just gonna assume there might be a couple people in the comments section who might be like, "You're a hypocrite, Chris, because you used to criticize, football fans when they get excited over their football game. And there you were last night excited over this sport. You're a hypocrite. You're just like those sports fans." And I'm just going to address that very briefly because there's probably going to be one or two morons who can't think properly. Yes, in the past I have criticized sports fans. Not all sports fans, some sports fans, a very specific subset of sports fans. And those sports fans are the very tribal ones. I'm not against sports. I can really admire the talent of athletes, be they football players, basketball players. Even though I don't really like football, even though I don't really like basketball at all, pretty much, I can respect the skill, the talent that goes in to being these athletes. And the same goes with UFC. I tend to like UFC more because to me it's a more relevant sport. Chasing a ball around a field and then slapping other men in the ass, I don't see the relevance of that. But the sport of fighting, you can get into a fight with anybody in the fucking street. I find that to be more relevant, hence I find that to be a lot more interesting. But my criticism in the past of sports was of tribalistic sports fans. The people who shout, "We won! I won!" The people who say, "My team! Our team!" The people who create this construct in their mind where they actually believe that when their team, notice how they say their team, my team, as if they have a financial stake, as if they somehow own the team, as if when the team wins and rakes in loads of fucking cash, the fan is going to somehow get a cut of that check. I'm talking about the people who have a tribalistic association with their sports team to the point where they delusionally believe that that they actually won something when their team won something. I can respect and admire the football team and the basketball team. I can respect and admire the athletes, Conor McGregor or Jose Aldo, but I'm not going to tribalistically feel like I've gained something from it. I've said in the past, you didn't win. You shout, "We won! We won! My team won!" But what did you really win, tribalistic sports fan? You didn't win shit. All you won was more credit card debt and a hangover from guzzling beer all night and buying a bunch of crappy food to stuff down your throat while watching the game. There's a guy who he coined a term for this. He calls it basking in reflective glory. B-I-R-G. Basking in reflective glory. Burging, he calls it. And it's just the idea that tribalistic sports fans who do not gain anything substantive from their team winning. The team, they won. The team won new sports contracts. They won, sponsorship deals, millions of dollars, fame and glory, orgies with the cheerleaders, I don't know. But you didn't win shit, sports fan. You're basking in reflective glory. So I'm not opposed to sports. I'm not opposed to watching sports. My point is, why get a tribalistic sense of accomplishment when you didn't accomplish anything? You didn't work to get on the field. You didn't work hard the way the athletes did. You just sat on your ass and thought you fucking won by association. That to me is dumb. That is like primitive and stupid. And it's delusional. And not to ramble on too long, but that sort of extends out even beyond, sports. Basking in reflective glory isn't just in sports. It also happens if you play a video game. And you genuinely believe that you just fought the alien threat and saved the galaxy and saved the princess. A lot of times video games, even movies technically, you have to get caught up in the the hype of a movie. You have to kind of put yourselves in the character's shoes to care about the outcomes. So there's not that there's anything wrong. If that's the way you enjoy life, you know, living vicariously through the actions of others, fine. I don't give a fuck. Is it for me? Damn sure isn't. And does it get to a point where this mindless sports tribalism becomes a cult of just stupidity, of beer guzzling delusion? Yeah, it does. It does get to that point. And I think that's part of the reason that a lot of mainstream sports, even football, have become taken over by feminist interest. They've become these fucking feminist organizations. You got double standards like the Ray Rice domestic abuse incident. Blatant double standards, not holding the woman accountable for her initiations prior to the elevator knockout. Total groveling. It's like it's pseudo manhood. You got the corporate owners of these sports leagues, you know, laughing their way to the bank, while the pseudo men who get a sense of masculinity by watching accomplished men in the field perform amazing athletic stunts. And you have these pseudo masculine men who become neutered pansies. And that's why you look at the NFL, you look at ESPN, and they're these totally feminist, politically correct organizations. So oh yeah, we're masculine. They market themselves as being these masculine sports leagues, but they're politically correct and they have no balls. So just making that distinction for any of the mentally retarded people out there.
That's not very traditional, and you know, I think that a man should really pay for the first date.
Fuck that. We're splitting the bill.